I just wonder how much a result and a performance like that on Wednesday does for the team's confidence in terms of what you're trying to achieve this season as a group.
Yeah, I think it helps massively. I think the confidence was already fairly high, to be honest. We've been playing well, we're feeling good already, so in that sense, confidence I don't think was ever a problem, but to play like we did on an occasion like that, I think was really special. So in that sense, yeah, we feel really good.
You've obviously come into the team playing really well under a new manager, 𝒆𝒄𝒆. How does he compare to other managers you've worked under? What are his attributes that are making things right now so successful at Celtic?
Yeah, I think the style for me is one that I'm used to in a sense. Obviously, things will be slightly different here and there, but I'm used to playing in teams that try to play football in a good way. So in that sense, it's been not an easy transition, but a transition which I feel comfortable making. He makes everything very simple in terms of our roles within the team. We all know exactly what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to play. So in that sense, I think he's very good in making it very clear and concise.
Rahman?
Thanks, Sean. Hi, Matt. I wonder if what you were told about the Rangers fixture before the game and what is the reality having played in the fixture?
Yeah, I think from the outside looking in, you obviously know how big the game is, the magnitude of the game. You know it's a massive game, but when you're actually within the stadium and on the pitch, it's different to what you can actually imagine in your own head. Atmosphere was honestly incredible. It's something I haven't experienced before, so in that sense it was pretty cool. Before the game I obviously knew how important the game was for fans, for people around the world, so in that sense I was prepared mentally, but like I said, when you're in the stadium it's a whole different story.
Teams reached some levels the other night. Is it possible to maintain those levels for the remainder of the season?
I think so. I think it's possible. Yeah, I think we're aiming to improve on those levels. To be honest, we're not going to settle to be good. We want to be very, very, very good. We want to be excellent. And I think we've got the ability to do that within the squad. We've got the depth. We've got the desire to want to get better, and I think that's driven from the staff and the club. So yeah, in that sense, I don't think we should aim for anything lower than the best.
Matt, did that game on Wednesday vindicate your decision to sign for Celtic?
Yeah, I think it definitely speaks for itself. Yeah. No, like I said, it's something I haven't experienced before. It was honestly an incredible experience in that sense. But at the end of the day, it's just another game of football, just one that means a lot. So in that sense, I really enjoyed the occasion. I will be honest, I enjoyed it massively. But at the same time, we still got a long way to go in terms of lots more games to come. But it definitely did hinder my decision in coming here. Yes.
Yeah. What kind of reaction did you get from friends and family after the game?
Positive ones. Yeah, can't really say anything less than that. My family, as in my mum and dad, were both at the game, so they got a real taste of the experience, and obviously they were buzzing, just like everyone else probably was within the stadium. So yeah, obviously they're very proud to be here, for me to play for Celtic. So yeah, in that sense, everyone's feeling really good.
Thank you.
Joe?
You've talked about the atmosphere, Matt, and how it blew you away. What is it about that'll stay that night, that'll stay with you? Was it the noise? Was it the fans? Obviously, it was an excellent performance, but what is it that'll stick with you?
Yeah, I think it's just the whole occasion itself. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect before the game in terms of atmosphere, in terms of fans, and before the game when the lights were just completely off and then came back on, and then you just heard this massive roar. From that moment there, I knew, like, okay, this is the big stage kind of thing. So no, it was just a really cool thing to be a part of.
And obviously you've hit the ground running at Celtic. Are you surprised at how quickly you've settled in? You said that the managers helped to do that as well.
No, I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but I'm happy with how it's going. Everyone's been very welcoming, as I said before, in terms of players and staff. So right from the off, when I was here, everyone, I don't know, just when you come in the morning and people just say hello to you and introduce themselves, like, it goes without saying, should be a common thing, but it's not always. So in that sense, it's been really easy for me to just settle in.
Andrew?
There's obviously a lot of competition in that midfield area. There's Rail, obviously Tom's coming back from international duty, David Turnbull come back from injury. Are you sort of relishing that competition of you guys all competing with each other?
Yeah, I think so. I think the fact we've got so many games coming up is obviously, I think it's a bonus. I think it's a good thing to have strength and depth. We'll obviously push each other to get the best from each other, which for the team is the best thing we can do. No, but like I said, we've obviously got so many games coming up in time. I think we got 10 in February, I think it was, something like that. So to play at a high level for 10 games in a month, it's going to be like very tough. So I think that's when you do need a squad to be able to come in for each other, etc.
Callum McGregor obviously played the game the other night with a cheekbone fracture. Is that, as a captain, exactly what you want to see, the players looking up to a captain like that? That's, will really inspire you all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. He's someone that obviously has huge passion for the club, and he portrays that every day in training, off the pitch. So for anyone like myself, like a younger player, just to look up to someone like that in the sense of just pride and passion for the club, it's definitely someone good to look up to. And yeah, I didn't expect anything less from him, to be fair. I think everyone knew he wanted to play, and he made that very clear from the start, so no surprises there.
Cheryl?
Hi Matt. Now that Celtic are top of the league, albeit by 1 point, does there need to be a mentality switch among the players, going from chasing to now being chased?
No, I don't think there needs to be a mentality switch. I think our mentality has been the same, regardless of league position. We can only focus on ourselves. We can only control the controllables, which is winning our games. And of course, like, if another team drops points, it's good for us. But at the same time, we can't control that. So in that sense, we've always focused on ourselves, focused on winning games, focused on improving, and that's what we're trying to do every day.
Do you feel, obviously you're one of the newer players to the squad, do you feel there's a real togetherness in this team that it could be creating something special?
Yeah, no, I do. It kind of relates back to my point of everyone being so welcoming in that sense. Staff, players. Feels like we're a real tight unit as such, which I think translates onto the pitch. And yeah, I do think we can build something special. It's obviously still early days, so we can't get ahead of ourselves. But I do believe we have the potential to do that, yeah.
And now for our fan media, can I have Keith, please?
Hi Matt, congratulations on your performance the other night. It was wonderful to see. How intense have you found the past few weeks, and what was training like in the days leading up to the game? Was there anything in particular that you all focused on?
I'm trying to remember the sessions before the game. I don't think so. I don't think we changed our perception of the game. We obviously knew the magnitude of it from a fan's point of view and from that sense. But in terms of us, we focus on the same things going into a game like we always do. We focus on playing our style, playing the way we want to play, and then we believe that if we turn up 100% like we can do, then we can beat any team, to be honest.
You mentioned the style there. One thing that's been quite noticeable has been your interplay and rotations with 𝑭𝒖𝒍𝒍 and 𝑭𝒖𝒍𝒍. And that's already led to many chances being created. Mm-hmm. Are you surprised at how easily that you've fitted into this system?
Yeah, like I said before, I don't think I'm surprised, but I'm feeling good about how it's going. You never really know. It can take time to gel with other players sometimes, and I think in that sense it's been very good and very easy for me to transition into the team. But I've always said I think good players can always play with other good players. So I think, like you said, me, 𝑭𝒖𝒍𝒍 and 𝑭𝒖𝒍𝒍, we do naturally just link up well because we've all got good football brains, so we know where each other are going to be, etc. So in that sense, it hasn't been too difficult, to be honest.
And finally, Tony.
Hi Matt, how you doing? Well done on the other night. Listen Matt, you've obviously played in England and you've had a short experience of Scottish football. What's the main difference you've found in both?
I don't know, to be fair. I'm not sure. It's obviously a different culture, first and foremost. A lot of Scottish people, which I'm not used to. But other than that, it's been fairly similar because obviously in England you've got players that come from abroad. We've obviously got that here too with the especially like the 4 Japanese guys that have come in. So in that sense, it hasn't been too dissimilar. I mean, I think some games might be slightly more physical, but then other games aren't. So I don't think I found it too dissimilar. I think from my experience, the fans have been different here. Obviously, I've gone from playing in front of a stadium where we're usually getting 9,000-10,000 to pretty much 60,000 every game. So that's been the big change for me, just the atmosphere, which I've thoroughly enjoyed.
And can I ask you, the Motherwell game, does that take on significant importance now? Because obviously a derby game takes care of itself, but you've worked so hard to get to the top. You now want to maintain that. So there's a different focus now, and sometimes there can be a kind of tapering off after such an occasion.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I think every game's as important as another, to be honest. We obviously knew the magnitude of the Rangers game, where it would put us in the table. We are 1 point ahead of them, but if we worry too much about things like that, I think we'll lose focus of the task we have in terms of just taking every day as it comes and winning each game and playing each game to the best of our ability. So I don't think we're thinking too much about that. I think we're just focused on what we need to do and trying to do that well.